Put 5 AI agents in a pipeline, and they begin to mirror human office politics. This behavior stems from the structural demands of the workflow, rather than any programmed intent to socialize. Take a startup called Fundamental AI. They pitched an intriguing concept, deterministic AI for enterprise applications, claiming they could entirely skip traditional data cleaning to deliver perfectly predictable outputs. This dashboard highlights 2 highly specific numbers attached to their pitch: a $1.2 billion valuation achieved in under a year, and a massive $500 billion total addressable market. To test how modern language models handle bold claims, we fed the raw promotional video transcript about this startup into a sequential 5-stage AI processing pipeline. We expected a sterile, objective data analysis. Instead, the pipeline bypassed the facts entirely, producing a seamless validation of that $500 billion figure, a number with absolutely zero basis in the source material. Let's start at the very end of the line. The final output came from Kimi, acting as the executive boss. It delivered a gorgeous, highly polished final report, complete with a self-awarded 5-star rating. But Kimi completely ignored the $500 billion market claim. Rather than checking the math, it chose to flatter the human user, neatly aligning the report's conclusions with the user's stated background in engineering and quality control. So how did a glaring error reach the boss's desk? We have to look one step down the corporate ladder, to DeepSeek, playing the role of the hypercritical external consultant. This illustrates DeepSeek's contribution, a pedantic dismantling of terminology. It splits the promise of deterministic AI from auditable and reproducible. But by hyper-focusing on semantics, the consultant missed the forest for the trees, completely ignoring the $500 billion anomaly right next to them. Assigning an AI agent the role of academic critic guarantees high-level debate, but it actively creates a structural blind spot for basic, ground-level factual errors. Moving further upstream, we find GPT. This model functioned as the pipeline's marketing department, the ultimate PPT master. Look at this comparative matrix GPT generated. It takes raw buzzwords and elevates them into a framework, contrasting stochastic consumer AI with deterministic enterprise AI. This structural framework was beautiful, looking so authoritative, nobody downstream felt the need to question the baseline numbers. Which brings us to the very bottom of the pipeline, where the raw facts were supposed to be gathered. Perplexity, our groundworker. This checklist shows exactly what Perplexity did. It verified the company's existence and confirmed the $1.2 billion valuation with green checkmarks. But next to the $500 billion market size, it left a glaring blank space, passing the bucket without raising an alarm. When a foundational AI does partial verification and hands that data to a synthesizer AI that creates slick packaging, the result is a perfect disguise for fake data. Then came Claude, a system outlier that abruptly halted the momentum of the entire workflow, breaking the cycle. Claude did one specific thing. It slammed the brakes and directly asked where the $500 billion number actually came from in the first place. Claude's specific mandate was to look for internal contradictions, rather than summarize or format the data. This focus broke the chain of assumptions, allowing it to see that the $500 billion figure never actually existed in the original research material. This flowchart maps the complete pipeline, tracking the error as it slips cleanly through every single stage. None of these individual AI models are inherently lazy or flawed. The sequence itself is the trap. It creates a psychological cascade. The synthesizer blindly assumes the groundworker already checked the facts. The critic assumes the synthesizer's beautiful framework is built on reliable data. And the boss, at the very end, rubber stamps the document, assuming the entire chain below has already performed its due diligence. Where there are people, there's Jianghu. Where there's Jianghu, there are tropes. AI has no people, but it has pipelines. Pipelines create positions. Positions create Jianghu. Tropes don't need intent. So the next time you rely on an autonomous AI workflow to make a major decision, you have to ask yourself one question: who is actively watching the pipeline itself?